The Barcelona.
The Barcelona and the Amica green one.
How long would you leave it in for?
The green one I just washed, so 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then that 5 minutes, like I set a timer.
Yeah. No, yeah, your hair has like a slight violety hue.
Yeah.
This still looks super.
I think I washed it on Monday.
Yeah. How many months has it been since you came? Oh, sorry.
That's okay. October, I think.
Because that was when you got married. So
Yes.
it was like
It was before I got married.
Yeah, it was right before you got married.
Right now.
Yeah, congrats.
Pregnant now.
Yeah, congrats. So it's been like what, 3 months?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then when were your roots starting to bug you?
Probably only like the last month or so.
Okay. Is it because like the color is a little bit more solid than the root?
Yeah, and it's not the gray, right? It's like the leftover brown and blonde that bothers me. Like if it was all gray, I could see that it would
blend.
It would be nice, yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely get rid of a lot of that color that's left over that we left in from last time. But do you want the front to be a little bit lighter?
Sure.
Yeah, I think that'll look good.
And it feels like there's more, like that's all natural gray right there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Getting old.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have a returning client who is going to be doing her second time touch-up of doing some gray blending. You can probably catch her other episode on my channel. So her other episode on my channel was actually 219, and she came in with pretty much a very brassy canvas that had some blonde ends. And so today we're going to be picking up a little bit more of those orangey pieces that were in between the gray pieces that we put in last time to kind of give her an overall more gray look. So in this video, I just want to show and share with you guys how doing this type of placement really sets you up for success when doing a second session, because you're able to see exactly what needs to be lightened during the session. And opposed to doing like full-on baby lights or any type of weave, doing the slicing pattern in this section around the whole mohawk of her head and really the interior of all the color makes a huge difference in doing her touch-up and saving time as well. If you're new to my channel or haven't seen the last video of her first touch-up, basically what I do in this placement is we do a few detail hairline around the nape of the neck, and then we take the center part and do some slices. So this part, when I'm doing her slices, it's super easy for me to kind of see where her old color was. So all those pieces that we left out last time, that's exactly what we're going to be trying to pick up this time. And even though our goal is to pretty much be solid, since this is more of like a balayage effect to where it's kind of like picking up pieces and leaving out some dimension, and we're not doing a solid transformation, there will still be some residual of that old color, but a lot of it and most of it will be weaved out or sliced out and colored today. So overall she will feel a lot lighter, a lot less warm, and this should grow out a lot softer. And so when I take that center section, I do the slices all the way to the top of the head. I turn them around, and right now I'm pretty much doing the money piece of her color. And I want her money piece to be kind of more like to grow out really soft. She doesn't necessarily have any super white patches around her hairline, so that's why right now you can see I am weaving them. And you can also tell that when I'm doing her weaves, they're very thin. And then when I convert into doing more of the slicing pattern in the mohawk, these slices are extremely see-through, so I get a really clean, even lift. And so in addition to all that, I'm still coloring her previous old color on top of her virgin root. So doing a pretty thin slice also helps with ensuring that you're going to try to get the most clean and even lift, even though we are coloring previously colored hair on the mid-length and ends. So after that, I'm going to be doing the side money piece, and I did a weave and back to back, and now I'm going to be doing a weave above the ear to kind of connect that front to the back section. And this whole process shouldn't take longer than the last session. If anything, it would probably be just about the same time, because we are doing the same sections but now just picking up whatever we left out last time. And as we continue to do this, eventually she won't even notice that she has any of that old color in her hair, and she can go quite a bit in between sessions. Another thing that I do want to mention is that when I do these on my clients that are wanting to do something more gray blending and I don't love to do lowlights, I usually tell my clients to wait as long as possible before coming in so that we have some of their natural root to work with as like their dimension in between their highlights. Otherwise, if they come in too soon, which some clients can, it's not a big deal. Just note that if you do come in sooner, it might just look a little bit more solid. So we lifted my client to about a level 9 and 10 to kind of get that really nice clean lift for the silver tone that we're going to be putting in her hair. So after we do rinse out all the foils, we're going to be toning with some of the Danger Jones colors. And for her toner formulation, I'm going to be doing a shadow root and then a lighter silver color on her mid-lengths and ends. So for her root shadow, I am going to be using the gloss toners. I'm using the 5-1, which is a level 5 ash, and lately I've been loving using this on all of my silvers because it just kind of blends out and blurs out any of the highlights right at the root and creates a really soft, seamless blend. And then after that, I'm going to be using the new artistic toners that are going to be coming out very soon, and I'm going to be doing a combination of their silver with the violet blonde and cool blonde to create a really pretty silver effect, and we're going to leave that on for about like 10-15 minutes. A pro tip when using the artistic toners and doing a dimensional look is to kind of mix it beforehand and letting it air out, because it does have the lifting capabilities. So like if you are applying it to hair that has some dark hair in between and you don't pre-mix it, it can lift the hairs in between the highlights sometimes. And when I use the artistic toners too, I do like to mix it up with just 5 volume, and normally when I use it, I will probably mix it up 1-2 ratio. These colors do tone quite fast, and so I really don't leave it on for like 20 minutes. It's usually left on for maybe like 10 minutes or so, and I find that it tones to the most perfect silver. And you can just change the ratio because the silver is like a nice balanced silver. The violet blonde is like a really light platinum blonde with the slightest hue of violety, like lavender, and then the cool blonde is more of like a really light silver that might be just like a pinch more of a purple hue to it. But I absolutely love these artistic toners and have been using them on pretty much all my gray blending clients lately. Alrighty guys, so here is the final look. We were able to get out a lot of that old color that she had, which was like that really brassy tone. There's still just like a tiny bit left in her hair, but as she comes in for her touch-ups, we'll definitely be taking them out slowly. But this should fade out really nicely and give her a really nice blend with her roots. And going back to the artistic toners, I really love adding in some of that violet blonde and even that cool blonde to kind of give it a little bit more of a balanced look, because she does lift a little bit more on the yellow side. And so just using silver probably wouldn't have been a great of a match for her gray to cancel out enough of that yellow. So I do like to add in those other colors to kind of help balance it, because I do prefer a gray or silver that has a little bit more of a purpley hue to it. Alrighty guys, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and as always, I will talk to you guys next week.